Hey guys, it's Rebecca Oberstadt, and today I'm going to be doing something a little bit different because I have seen a lot of YouTubers talk about this on their channels where they're comparing different brow products for, your eyebrows, and I got to thinking about some of the same things that they were discussing about how some shades look more neutral, some pull more cool, which, is, I guess, okay depending on your hair color, or some pull really warm. So these are all of the brow products that I own, as well as a few brown eyeliners. I have actually written out a list of the different products, and I'm going to be not only swatching them on my skin, but I'm going to be putting them on paper as well, so that I could, I'm going to be taking pictures inside, where I'm at right now to get pictures in here, as well as in natural lighting. But I want to see not only how they compare color-wise on like paper versus on skin, that kind of thing, but I want to see if any of the products that I have pull one way or the other. And I figured I would, since I'm going to be talking about brow products, I threw in my 3 clear brow gels, and I will be discussing those. So this is kind of like a mini review, as well as looking at what colors are what. So I'm going to move those up there. Those are the brow gels. These are actually eyeliners, so I'm going to move those over, and I'm going to move the Gimme Brows over as well. I'm going to be starting with just the liners first. So the very first one on my list, and I just made its lid fall off, is the Model Coat. This is the Insta Brows in medium dark. So I'm going to go ahead and that's why I left a space. I'm going to be putting them underneath. And then I'm going to be putting them in order on my hand. So this one here to me looks more neutral than anything on my hand. The next one on the list is the CoverGirl Ultra Fine. This is actually in this month's Shop My Stash. It's new to me. I was looking for something to replace the ColourPop because it's almost out. So I'm going to do one where I really go in over here. This one is like a harder formula. It doesn't seem to want to. It doesn't like the paper. It doesn't like the paper. It seems very, very hard. And then I will do a swatch here. And you see I'm having to push pretty hard. I'm gonna have to go over that again. This one pulls a little bit more cool toned in my opinion. Whereas this one's more neutral. This one's definitely a more cooler toned brown. And I have really dark brown hair. I do not color my hair. I don't chemically treat my hair. So that's one that I've been testing out. The next is the ColourPop Precision Brow Pencil in, I guess I didn't, the CoverGirl is the Ultra Fine Brow Pencil in Rich Brown. The ColourPop one is in Bang and Brunette. And a friend of mine actually gave me this, and it was too dark for her. And I've been very sparing with it. I really do like how it goes on. It goes on super easy on the skin. I don't mind the shape of it or anything like that, because of the fact that it's very soft, and I have a lot of natural brows, and it came without a lid on the spoolie, so it's not a big deal to me. That one there looks more like a neutral, possibly pulling warm brown, but in here they probably will all look about the same until I take pictures outside in natural lighting. And I will do some zoomed in pictures and stuff as well. The next one on my list is the Wet n Wild Retractable Brow Pencil in medium brown. This is something new. I have not used this in my brows yet. As you can see, I don't even know what end to open. It's brand new. So this will be the first time I've put it on anything. It's got a weird triangular looking tip on it. It's kind of soft. Okay, it's seriously tugging on my hand though. It was much softer on the paper. And this shade here is a little bit more cool tone than this one, so it's closer to the CoverGirl one than the ColourPop one. And the ColourPop one is almost like the perfect shade for me. The next we have the Cella Hello Beautiful Eyes in Tantalizing Taupe. I got this from an Ipsy, and I was very surprised I got it because I have such dark brown hair. But because I thought this would be for somebody with, blonde hair. And it does look a little light when you like look at it here. Let me line it back in a little bit. But it's actually a pretty good shade. This is also in my June Shop My Stash. This looks like it pulled a little bit warm. It has a little bit more of a red hue to it than the other ones. And then the last brow pencil that I have that's actual dedicated brow pencil is from JCat Beauty. This is their Perfect Brow Duo Brow Pencil. This is in dark brown. This I've always found pulls a little bit red, so I usually mix it with the Model Coat. This I also got in an Ipsy. And it's a harder formula. The ColourPop one and the Cello one are like the softest formulas that I have, and I actually kind of prefer those. The Model Coat one is the next up from that. And as you can see, it's definitely more red than some of the others. So now I'm going to go ahead and flip the page over. I'll show you. This is all of them right here that are the actual, you know, like brow products. And I'm going to do the Gimme Brows first. I had the shade 5. I got this in an Ipsy Glam bag a couple of years ago. I ended up having to put a little bit of eye drops in here because it was starting to dry out. But then the $3 offer for, I think it was last month or this month, was for the 4.5 shade. So it has this cute little spoolie on it. I'm going to just kind of scrub some on the paper. I've never really paid attention to what color this is. All I know is that it seems to work well in my brows. This actually looks kind of like more like a cool toned black. And then I'm gonna leave a spot there for the 4.5. I'm gonna reload. So there's shade 5. And this one is almost out. And I'm going to be doing a brow video comparing the 4.5 to the 5 in my actual brows. So if you are interested in that, let me know in the comment section. I will do that one faster than I've already got other stuff going on. And then this is shade 4.5. And this one's like almost brand new. There we go. I just want to scrub enough on there. Let's see if I can get a swatch on my hand without having to reload. No, gotta reload. And when you put your wands back in, don't pump it in and out. That just puts air in. When you put it in, spin it. You'll pick up product a little bit easier that way. Alright, now looking at these two on my hand, this one definitely pulls more cool tone. This is definitely more neutral. I've always just used this one because that's all I had. But I think this matches my hair a little bit better. Let's see if I can do a shot with my hair in it. So here is my hair in comparison to the brow product so far. My hair is actually is pretty dark. So then lastly, what I did was I was like, okay, well, what about using a brown eyeliner? Because, you know, some people have brown eyeliners and they don't want to have to go out and buy a brow pencil. So I have 3 here from my line of cosmetics, stuff that I no longer am making. I discontinued it about 8 months ago. So I have a bunch of products that are still factory sealed from my lab that I'm just no longer working with them. I had a very bad interaction with one of their employees, and I said something about it to her manager, and didn't like the way that she spoke to me in an email, and so they basically said some inappropriate things, and so I'm no longer working with them. And I've been working with them for 20 years. Alright, so this is the shade Quest. This is the ultimate eyeliner. This is a rich brown shade. And then I'm going to do these swatches down here. This is a cool toned brown. I do have other shades in the ultimate eyeliners. These are a gel. These are waterproof. They will last for freaking hours. They work well in your waterline, but they do have a tendency to dry out. So that's one thing that I was always kind of like iffy on. The packaging itself is made in Germany, but the inside of the product is made here in the US. And then this one, the component is made in the Czech Republic. This is their kohl. It's just a regular kohl pencil. It's a wooden pencil. This is in taupe. This was one that a customer had opened, and it's definitely the wrong shade for me because it's more of like a blonde shade, but I'd like try and make it work in as like eyeliner or brows. Actually, that's kind of similar to the JCat one. It's definitely a warm toned brown. Then we have another kohl pencil. This is in coffee. This is what I used to always use because I prefer the hardness of it, but the ease in my brows. This is more of a like rich brown. And that seems to pull a little bit red as well. I never noticed that. Huh. It's kind of similar to this one here, which is the ColourPop one. It was just quick and easy to use. And then last, this came in an Ipsy Glam bag. This is the Cella eyeliner pen in just shade brown. It is a felt tip pen. And I know that the Urban Decay just came out with those brow blades. So I figured, you know, for people that are used to using those to do like little flicks, you could get away with doing just little flicks with this one. And I'm going to do a thicker swatch. I'm just going to press down harder. The only thing about this eyeliner that I don't like is when it completely dries, you can actually feel it on the skin. It does pull a little bit when it does, hang on, had to cough. It does pull a little bit when it dries, so as it dries down on the skin, it like shrinks the skin underneath of it a little bit. This piece is already dry. You can still see that this is wet, and where I did put more pressure, it is bleeding into my hand, and I do need to put lotion on my hands. They're a little dry. But this is a really, really rich, deep, dark brown, and I think if you do like light feathery strokes on it, you're going to be fine. For those that want more of a like precise brow that's not going anywhere, this stuff is freaking waterproof. It is waterproof. You could put soap and water on it and scrub and scrub and scrub and scrub and scrub, and it's going to be there for a while. When I used it as eyeliner in an eye look that I did, it took me like 2 days, and using oil-based eye makeup remover multiple days in a row to get the stuff off my skin. It liked me and it wanted to stay. So hopefully this video was helpful. I will be including pictures of the products. Get back up there. The products themselves on the paper, as well as what's on my hands in inside lighting as well as outside lighting, so that you guys can see what these look like. I was curious because, like I said, I do have very, very dark hair. I have naturally full brows anyways, but this was just something that I was curious about. And if you want me to do the video of, it would be one of the Battle of series of the 4.5 versus the 5, let me know, because I'm interested in doing that anyways. Hey guys, so I wanted to include this in the video. I have been wearing these swatches on my hands for quite a few hours, and I wanted to show you how these wear off. I've washed my hands a few times, but just to show you, I'll get my hand wet and scrub. These are just the eyebrow pencils up here, and then I'm trying to only do like half. So that way you can see, you know, some of them like are pretty good and stuck on there. And this here, like I said, these are the eyeliners, these are the brow gels, and then these are the regular eyeliners. So I'm going to go ahead and grab regular hand soap. basically just like I would wash my hands. And the only thing that we have really left, other than like a little bit of the CoverGirl one, a little speck here, is this one here. This is actually the eyeliner from Cella. This is this one here. Remember how I said it was waterproof? Yeah, I meant waterproof. So I'm going to take my washcloth and just dry my hand off just a little. I'm going to take the Glam Glow cleanser and put just a little on my hand. I'm going to grab my little silicone scrubby guy that I use on my face. Remember how I said this eyeliner took days to come off? And I mean days. See, it's still there. It's a little bit patchy now. So now I'm going to grab my Sephora cleansing oil and put, oop, not a little bit more than I wanted, but that's okay. I could use the moisture. Again, I'm going to go back in with my scrubby guy. My poor hand. See how red my hand is? It's not coming off. I told you I used oil-based makeup removers for 2 days in a row, morning and evening, trying to get this liner off, and it did not want to come off. So let me grab 2 other makeup removers that I have to show you how those work. And you can definitely see my hand is red. Okay, so I grabbed the Garnier Micellar Water, the Physicians Formula Perfect Matcha, and the Clinique Take the Day Off. So I'm going to show you how this works, and I'm just going to pour it right on my hand. I don't use this on my eye area because it irritates my skin really bad. I took off a little bit more. And now my hand feels greasy. So it's still there. So let me grab the Perfect Matcha. This stuff usually removes most makeup, but just a tiny amount. And I mean a tiny amount. Now, can you imagine trying to get this off of your eye area after you've put this eyeliner on? I think this would be like the perfect product to use in your brows if you're one of those kinds of people that wants brows on while you go swimming. But you can see it's still there. Okay, now this stuff usually takes off everything. This is the Clinique Take the Day Off. I know a lot of people swear by it. I don't care for it. I'm even using my fingernail trying to help it. Okay, now it is finally off of my hands. So if you are looking for a product to use in your eyebrows that is darker brown, if you have dark brown hair, and you want something waterproof that you can go swimming with, that's not going to wear off in a couple of hours. I mean, as you can see, I have used, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different products trying to get this off my hand. And it took all 6 of them to break it down enough to get it off my hand. So if you want waterproof brows, I would recommend the eyeliner pen from Cella in the dark, it's the brown one, because it ain't going anywhere. So hopefully this was helpful. I will see you guys later. It is on my list of things to film. I just haven't been feeling that great lately. I've got a lot of stuff going on. I have a job interview tomorrow, and I have barely been sleeping, so there's just a lot of stuff going on in my brain, and it just won't shut up. So hopefully this is helpful to those of you. I mean, I was really curious about what shades were more warm, which shades were more cool. I was very surprised to see how cool toned the 5 was versus the 4.5. The 4.5 looks definitely more neutral in the Gimme Brow. So a lot of these, like these came from Ipsy. Oh, and I didn't do the clear. This was Ipsy. That was a friend. Those 2 I bought. This was Ipsy. Those 3 were mine. These 2 of the 3 of these came from Ipsy. Okay, so this is the clear brow gel that I just got from Walmart for $2. It is supposed to be a, I guess I want to run off. It's like a clear brow gel or mascara. This is almost as firm as the Anastasia Beverly Hills Clear Brow Gel. This came in an Ipsy. I do not like how stiff this is. It's like I put extra firm hold hairspray in my eyebrows. I prefer the Cella one. The Cella Brow Gel, the wand on it is I mean, it's almost the same as the Anastasia one. It's just I'm almost out of it. I've been using it for over a year. I think this one here, the bristles on this are a little bit denser, like they're a little bit more stiff than the Cella one. The Cella one, you can put it in your brows and it dries down naturally to hold your brows, but it's not like a super stiff, like if you touch your brows, it's still gonna move, kind of like when you put a movable hairspray in your hair where you can still touch it, it still feels like your hair and it still moves with like the wind and stuff like that, but it's not like hard and crunchy. And then you get into the Anastasia Clear Brow Gel, and this is more like your Aquanet and your Aussie hairsprays, the Paul Mitchell Freeze and Shine kind of hairsprays. It is going to set your brows, and they're going to turn into almost concrete. They're not going to move. Any product that you have in them, it's going to stay there. Like the brow products that you use underneath of it, if for whatever reason those are not waterproof and you put this stuff on, you're good. I have gotten rained on with this in my brows and it doesn't do anything. You can get it wet with regular water from the sink and everything that you did in your brows is still there. I don't know if it's waterproof. I've never seen claims that it's waterproof, but that stuff is like bulletproof. The e.l.f. brow gel, again, it's like $2. Both of these are in the 20s range. I think one's 24 and one's 26 for, and I think these are the size tubes that you get for the price that you pay. But this $2 brow product is almost as strong as the ABH brow gel. It works just as well. It works through sweat. It lasts through working in the yard. It lasts through Florida heat. That stuff is almost as bulletproof as the ABH brow gel. It is almost as firm, which is probably one reason why I don't care for it as much. And when you take the brush in and out of the component, you can see how much you know, there's a little bit of room and stuff in there, but as you take it out, even if you don't have anything on your brows and you go to put it back in there, you see the color that it's changed. It's like a milky color now. It's very odd. And you know, I've used this with product in my brows, without product in my brows. I'm kind of like OCD about how things are kept clean and sanitary. I've always been that way. So the fact that this is changing from clear, you know, the clear like it is at the top to the milky color at the bottom, that's a little concerning to me. But also I noticed just by, if I open the side that hasn't even been used and move it in and out, you know, not only does it redistribute the product, but if you do that enough times, it changes the way that this looks. See how it's got all these little bubbles in it now versus what it had before? It's really, really strange. So it does seem to change what it looks like in the tube as you use it, even if you don't use it with product in your brows or on your face. If you just want to run a clear brow gel through your brows and head out the door with the lipstick on and have nothing else on your face, it still will change its color. So I thought that was very unusual because the first few times I tested it out, I wore it on days that I didn't have regular makeup on to see how it would react. And this is the result of it. It's kind of like this weird milky color. So hopefully this is helpful. I know it's a little bit long. I will try and speed up some parts of it where I'm like yammering on or whatever. But I will see you guys in another video very soon. Hopefully you guys have a great day or night wherever you are. Bye.